Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Last Caretaker. Yes. And so, I already had a patch about talking. I had a patch talking about. I had a video talking about the patch that we had so far. Look, by the way, if you're new to the channel, I love this game. This is the main game I cover. I always show it love because it deserves love. It's a passion project. But today, you're gonna be hearing a lot of criticism about the game, about the patch in general. So, good things about the patch. Look, a lot of good things came. Recovery grinder, I don't know, the new quests, fruits were added, and a lot more fantastic things, like the token was added. You could do a secret mission, and so on and so forth. Like, we saw, like, if hidden, let's say, quest that the player had to actually go forward and find out about and do some things about it and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, we have to be honest about some things. So there was the graphic improvements that were added to the game, and because of those graphic, let's say, adjustments, some of the buildings, some of the doors, like I think if you have seen in the last videos, some doors, when they are actually like covered with the parasites, yeah, the doors actually start glitching. Then every single one of us nowadays has like some problems with soggy looking or kind of weirdly doing things. Yeah, like yeah, see this? See these? This has been happening like to the cables since the last patch actually. But during this patch, it actually got a little bit worse. And don't mind the mess, I'm doing a lot of experiments, so... Yeah, this is how my ship looks like after every patch is dropped and I make all of the videos. But basically, yeah, because of the physics that was, let's say, applied to the game and the cables in general, cable management is becoming, day by day, a little bit more of, let's say, mess. I do not mind it. As you can see from whatever is happening right now, I have no regards for OCD or organization as long as my things work. But in general, the problem that comes with this is glitching. You know why? Because when the storms are happening, for example, like storms are good, right? Yeah, like they added a new layer to the game. Now the wind turbines actually have different types of, let's say, power production during different environments and so on and so forth. But at the same time, when that storm is coming, when you have cables attached to, for example, your gardens, if the garden is on your ship, these things start flipping out. Yeah, these things like literally start flipping out and going blah, 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 like this. That's what happened here. If you have watched my ship video, these things will actually like very close to each other, like in order and so on and so forth. But after a while, they started like jumping around because some of them in the middle got stuck after a reload. And it just did blip, blip down and actually went inside. That is what happened with this. Yeah. Do you see this? It is a decaying tree. I am waiting for it to go away. I can like scrap it so it goes away, but I was keeping it so I can actually show you guys what happens when you actually do this to the trees. And let me see. Okay, the seed actually came through the, let's say, floor, so I got my seed back at least. But aside from that, whenever you're reloading, especially in Pishon, and where is Pishon? The Eden platform Pishon. In Eden platform Pishon, a lot of people have been having the same problem that whenever you're going back to the location, all of your cables from the central, let's say, main frame is disconnected. Or if you're going into new locations that you had, let's say, basic base building in, their connections get disconnected as well. And that has been happening for every patch almost nowadays. Because, look, this game loads in clusters. Cables are not, let's say, loaded as you have laid them around. So whenever the game is reloading your cable, it doesn't remember. For example, look, let's say, let me see. Yeah, like for example, if you do this to this cable, like look, you can do this to this cable, right? And now, if you connect this cable to anywhere in the game, like look, let's imagine I did that and I connected this to this. Remember, like that is my path, right? But when the game reloads, the game will choose the shortest path possible most of the time, but keep the length of the original, let's say, cable. So that is why some of these things are actually disconnecting, and you can find resources around where you had cables before. So this thing will actually become, like after a reload, it is supposed to, it wants to follow this, right? It doesn't happen in every reload, by the way. It happens mostly in the patches. It will choose this path. It will go normally, usually it will go through this thing and get connected to this. And actually, if there is like cable leftovers, it will turn into material and you can find it somewhere around there. That is why you are randomly now finding materials laying around in the, let's say, locations that you have visited before, or had cables in, or especially like you had connectors like this before. But when you go there now, you find a disconnected cable and some materials on the floor. That is the reason behind it. So I don't know if there is a cure for that, but if they don't solve it, even in the future when they are adding more platform, they're adding more patches, and so on and so forth, a lot of our structures will break no matter what you do. Okay, I don't spend a lot of time managing my cables in this game, but a lot of people have super clean ships, a lot of attention to their cable work, a lot of, let's say, purpose is behind how they have actually like managed the grids in their ship and so on. That will be an insufferable thing for them, so I needed to be vocal for them. I don't care, even if the cables are blah, 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 doing like this, I don't care, like the cable is working. That's all I care about. I'm an efficiency guy. I don't care about like the how it looks. And aside from that, this grid system is also another byproduct of that. This grid system is fantastic, by the way. It allows you to get control over a lot of things on your ship that you couldn't even notice before. But again, for example, for a guy that has a single grid working over everything, this thing actually is not that useful to me, because all of the, let's say, connections in my ship are one single grid. And because of that, whenever it loads it, all of these grids are just stuck into each other. So yeah, I'd rather like go here and just do this and be done with it, rather than go around and tack, see which is where and where is where, and then reload the game and you have to redo it again and look for what is where again. Nah, not my thing. Not my thing. And these were like just the graphic things. The main things that I had, let's say, complaints about is usually the things that were added. Okay, in early access, you usually add things in parts. But if you have noticed, for example, whenever you're going to Pishon, Pishon right now does not have a purpose. So you, for example, do the Eden platform, you get everything running on the Eden platform, you set up the trees, you have whatever it takes to actually activate the, let's say, oxygen production, power production, and so on. But number one thing, because Pishon actually is a place, and if you're wondering, let me show you. Yeah, that is Pishon, the Eden platform. The Eden platform actually is not complete yet, so half of the quest will probably be, let's say, released in the future patches, because now we plant the trees, we make the platform, but then the story just stops there. So in the next patches it will be added, but as Pishon is right now, it is not functional. So for like, I recommended it to my viewers like very early so they don't make that mistake. If you build a lot on Pishon, because we don't know what it's gonna do, you will have to redo it. And there's the thing, that platforms, like in general, these buildings are bugged. So for example, we have players who have extreme amounts of resources, but we also have new players who just pass through a lot of locations. So they don't have resources. They don't have that much oil. It will be a lot of trouble for them when they scrap these. Because when you scrap these things that you've made, you do not get the steel back. You get iron back. So they will waste resources in a game that has limited resources, except if you're going around and just collecting every bale and just bringing it in, grinding it down. So yeah, I know the good intention behind that. Okay, let us release this. They will do this. When they're done with it, we will release the full patch and show them why they actually built this. But at the same time, a lot of people's efforts will go to waste because they really did not know what to do there. I mean, everybody can plant the trees, but do I plant pears? Do I plant birch? Do I, like, just put in the effort and get cherry trees that I can't achieve? Like, I have sent, like, ships and I still don't have a single cherry, or the other one. I don't remember the name of the tree. There's, like, 4 types of trees. And aside from that, now the last complaint that I have, I did some experimentations about what happens. Like, we had a quest that we sent pears to space, right? I sent pears to space. Okay, you know what happened? This happened. So for every pear that you send, you receive a birch. Yeah, but why? I know we might be having to actually remake the ozone layer or do something with these seeds in the future that is so important. But the reward for the pears is so bad that I'd rather just feed these to the children in the pods to get better rewards. But again, then the seeds are limited as well. How many of those babies can I send before I'm like out of babies to send to space in this game? There really is a limited amount of them. And we don't know how many councils could be added or will be there. So if we use all of the seeds in our game, we never can actually finish the game. That's one of the main reasons I stopped sending babies to space, because I don't know how the score of the baby, how the traits of the baby will actually be affecting the function that it has in its space. Because I believe like there's more to the, let's say, the whole space station thing. So, for example, let's say if I have, like, let's say a quartermaster baby produced. If the score for it is 200, okay, I'm getting good rewards. But what if that baby will actually, because they have lifespans. Every seed has a lifespan. What will happen when the 200 score quartermaster's lifespan is gone? I do not have seeds to replace him with another one. And what will be the difference between a quartermaster whose score is 200 and a quartermaster who has 250 score on it? Like, how will these affect my game? Like, as I said, even though I am not an organized person, I am a mid-maxer at a lot of things. So I wanna know what I will get or what I am getting when I am doing something. In early access game, this is a double blade sword. Like, I cannot like actually want the creators of the game to give me everything that there is about like a single let's say thing in the game. But at the same time, when I don't have them, I can't play the game the way I want to play the game. And that's the problem of, let's say, loading things into the game patch by patch, slowly and steadily. Because maybe they're just sending, like, changing what is about the game while we are playing it and giving them feedback. But again, these kind of limitations in the game kind of are getting the, let's say, joy of the game a little bit out of players. And you have to understand this, that not everybody is a committed fan of the game. Someone will start playing the game and just will be like, yeah, so this game has those kind of problems. I don't think I will play this anymore. Like, that could happen. That does happen, actually. And it's not just that, by the way. The holograms also have bad rewards. Not inconsistency is not the problem. The problem is that the rewards are just bad. Like, I send holograms. The hologram sends me birch. Yeah, I sent all of the holograms I could, and it just gave me a lot of birch. And then another person said that, yeah, I got cherry trees and a lot of things for it. I don't know which one is right. Did I get the right rewards or did they get the right rewards? That's another thing. yeah, not knowing is not good. And aside from that, I know because of the veil, the distillation, for example, got nerfed. But right now, this is not a criticism. This is something that like, it needs you guys' attention. The distillation towers nerf, the amount of oil and resources we get from recovery grinder, the amount of oil, exactly the oil we get from the recovery grinder for the material that we are putting it. These things are not things that as a game developer you can, let's say, like, establish on your own. Because of that, right now you guys need to be extremely vocal about what do you think about the nerf to this. How is the, let's say, oil to diesel petrol affecting your gameplay, and how much useful the amount of oil and resources you are getting from the grinder, and how motivated you are for using the machine because you think the rewards are good or the rewards are bad, so you don't want to actually use it. Because, for example, right now, if you're missing a lot of iron like me, you can just grind down gold or copper and it starts producing iron out of it, so you can actually have things that you can build, let's say. But again, please, please, please give a lot of feedback about these things. If anything, this game right now needs feedback about some special things. 1. Distillation. How distillation and its nerf affected your gameplay. 2. How the recovery grind is affecting you. How much the rewards versus the amount of items you're putting in it are suitable for you. How much the waves are affecting your gameplay. How satisfied you are with the, let's say, how fast the weather is changing and so on and so forth. Or how is it affecting your gameplay? Are you satisfied with the amount of power that you're getting from the wind turbines? Are you satisfied with the fact that, like, now because it's cloudy, like, a lot of solar panels will not be able to produce that much power because you do not get that much sunshine? See? Frequency of weather change is another thing that will need your actually feedback and input in it. So I said this in the previous video too. I'm just one player. These are what I think. And by the way, inside a parenthesis, if you actually, like, do this a couple of times and actually get your tree to flip around, yeah, you can have a garden down floor. Yeah, by the way, these things flip around very easily. So, for example, if you do that and actually you flipped it, yeah, see? Now, look at this. Let me show you something fantastic. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. I have a grinder tree. Yeah. And it's gone. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. I wonder if, yeah, it's gone. Oh. Oh. And if you were wondering why I have it, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, there we go. The spin my head around. Yeah, and this thing will never stop moving, by the way, probably. Yeah, this is the thing that can happen to you. But as I said, please give more input about the game, because the future of the game really now depends on you. Not your physical support, not your, let's say, thumbs up, your support on their videos, on their game reviews, and so on. But now, your review will actually make the lives of me, you, and the next players who become another brother or sister caretaker in the future. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment what you think about the video, about the changes, about everything that was added to the game. And, well, as always, thanks for the likes, subs, membership, supers, and everything else. If it's night time, I hope you'll supply babies, and if it's daytime, okay, I will have to reset the game. I hope your trees do not get stuck in between you and your ship. Hallelujah. See you in the next video, fellas.